Central with Burt Barron with you every morning. Listen online at WCTCAM.com. Jersey moves fast. Join the show that keeps you one step ahead. Jersey Central with Burt Barron on the new Talk Radio 1450 WCTC.
It is 8:08 on this Thursday morning. It's Jersey Central on the new Talk Radio 1450 WCTC, the voice of Central Jersey. And once again, WCTC is pleased to support the New Jersey Film Festival, and the one that's happening right now is the New Jersey Film Festival Spring 2018. You can get the full schedule of all the films. Another terrific festival has been put together by the curator, Professor Al, and his great staff, njfilmfest.com. You can find out all the goings-on with the Film Fest that are here. Let's continue our interview series now and go to the Jersey Central Newsmaker hotline, and let's meet the director of the film that will be shown. This is coming up on Saturday, February 3rd at Voorhees Hall. A very cool documentary. It looks like it's about some ladies who are trying to pursue kind of a classic art form in a very modern world. The film is called Getting Naked, and let's welcome James Lester to WCTC. Hey, it's Burt Barron. Good morning. How you doing?
Hey, Bert. How's it going?
Good.
Morning. Thanks for having me.
Good to speak with you. A documentary, and that's what it is. You're following some burlesque performers as they try to kind of keep their art relevant in New York City, right?
Yeah, that's exactly right. There's a very big burlesque scene in New York City today, unbeknownst to some people, because as you mentioned, it is thought of as an older art form, but it is here. It's often referred to as neo-burlesque because it is relatively new. However, it did kind of bloom again in the mid-'90s in New York. As a small thing, kind of a downtown thing, and now it's sort of spread out everywhere, including New Jersey, and we have a fantastic New Jersey segment to the film that actually, despite the fact that it's a New York-based film, some people say the best segment of the movie is in New Jersey. So we're excited to play at the New Jersey Film Festival.
Interesting. I wonder if it's a performer that maybe you and I both know, Jimmy. Is it somebody named Vivi? Is that name familiar? It is not her. Okay. She is she's a modern burlesque performer that I know very well. I thought maybe she was the person.
Got it. Yeah, everyone, it's funny, every conversation I have about burlesque, it's even if it seems that someone doesn't know much about it, everyone sort of knows one performer.
You're right.
It's always a good conversation starter, one that opens up some funny things.
In following these performers around, Jimmy, what was the most sort of surprising or interesting thing to you that you didn't know about what was going on with this burlesque scene?
Yeah, the most surprising thing to me was actually how hard working these women are. It's a real kind of a hustle, and they don't make much money, and they work their butts off, literally and figuratively. And it's something that they're very proud of, and it's when I first started looking into the world, I thought it was just kind of fun and sexy and a bit silly, and then I found out that these women and these girls they work like almost the same amount of time that big time performers or athletes work at their craft.
Yeah, and for them, it's been, to me, at least my perception, is just a great combination. First of all, the physical attributes that you need to pull this off, and just to be in great physical shape, because it's a performance, there's acrobatics, and there's so many things that kind of go into putting together a burlesque show. And like you had mentioned, the amount of time and preparation and just the travel time that goes into this. I hear about from people that do this, I got an 8-hour drive to work to, maybe make $100 or something. The amount of work that goes into this to keep this alive is just incredible. And I'm glad you're shedding some light on that with this documentary.
Yeah, everything you said is accurate, and like I said, the New Jersey segment in the film is sort of a little road trip thing out of New York City, which is basically what you're talking about. The long drive and the hustle out to all these small venues. The other thing that really fascinated me about it is not only the physicality to the performing, like you said, and all the things that go into a burlesque show, because really they're variety shows kind of that aspect to it has still remained.
Yeah.
So there's comedy, there's kind of circus type of things. But what's fascinating about the actual striptease artists, which are the people that I followed, is that it's all shapes and sizes. So that's another thing that a lot of people don't realize about this art form, as opposed to some other kind of strip show. This is really a celebration of all different types of people, and anyone is welcome.
Jimmy Lester is our guest this morning on Jersey Central, director of the film called Getting Naked, a burlesque story. It will be shown on Saturday at Voorhees Hall as part of the New Jersey Film Festival. You can get some information, njfilmfest.com. You'll be on hand, and one of the performers, too, Jimmy, will be with you on Saturday?
Yeah, that's right. We're doing, after the film, we're going to do a Q&A. One of the performers, a great performer with a great name, her name is Darlinda, just Darlinda. She will be there, and she's really fantastic. I do want to, tell everyone, come out, see it. Al, like you said, who runs the New Jersey Film Festival, is amazing. And not only do people have fun with the film, it's always really fun to hear from the performers in person.
Yeah, that's true.
So if you want to come out and ask questions, it's always a blast.
And, Jimmy, I think this is so close to going back to being a mainstream art form. All it takes is a Katy Perry, a Kardashian girl to say, oh, hey, I went to a burlesque show. It was a lot of fun. Maybe I'll try it. And I'm telling you, this will take off again, and it's thanks to hardworking people like the ones that you show in this documentary that kept it alive. And it's very close to a mainstream breakthrough again. It really is.
If you can get a Kardashian tweeting once about us,
That's
I will
all we need,
be
right?
forever in your debt.
That's all we need, Jimmy, exactly. Well, thanks for the time this morning, and congrats on the film, too, and have some fun at the showing on Saturday. And I don't know, maybe I'll see you at an upcoming performance in Jersey one of these days. I don't know.
That would be great. Thank you so much for having me.
Thanks, Jimmy. Anytime. Thanks so much. All right, we're going to continue our interview series coming up in about 1 minute. 8:15 is our traffic and weather time. Let's get our traffic update now from Tom Colangelo.
Well, a good ride on the Parkway so far. No major problems up to the Driscoll. Further north, waves accompany through Clark. 287's not all that bad. We've certainly seen it worse. Heavy right around Metuchen. More company getting over the river out of Piscataway into Bound Brook. A little bit busy Route 18 into Route 1. Very heavy 78 eastbound. Rollover accident takes out 2 lanes. Bikes at 45 in Springfield. Several miles of heavy stop and go behind that. I'm Tom Colangelo with your 1450 WCTC traffic update.
And I'm meteorologist Tony Salimo with the 1450 WCTC forecast. We have clouds and sun for a little while, but then mostly cloudy, and I think the rain shower may come in by evening. We'll see about that. We'll go into the mid-40s, though, so a little mild break. Tonight, periods of rain, changing over to wet snow before it ends overnight. As we head down into the low 30s, some upper 20s. Tomorrow, mix of sun and clouds. It turns quite windy and cold. Temperatures holding in the 20s and then falling back. Clearing colder tomorrow night. It's going to be a little brutal tomorrow night, 10 to 15 with a gusty wind and a mix of sun and clouds on Saturday. Still breezy and cold. High about 30. Wintry mix coming in later on Sunday, heading up to around 40. Right now, 33 under cloudy skies at the 1450 WCTC forecast. I'm meteorologist Tony Salimo.
No time to call Jersey Central? Join the conversation online and be a part of WCTC's real-time talk. Like 1450 WCTC on Facebook and follow us on Twitter at 1450 WCTC. Jersey Central with Burt Barron on the new Talk Radio 1450 WCTC.
8:17, we're back on Jersey Central on the new Talk Radio 1450 WCTC, the voice of Central Jersey. Every Thursday, we talk to some filmmakers whose work is being shown at the New Jersey Film Festival. The Spring 2018 festival is underway at Rutgers. njfilmfest.com for all the information. Tickets, where do I park? Will there be food? It's all addressed on the website, njfilmfest.com. But if you've been going to the film festival for years and years, you know just how great this is. This year's selection of films is second to none. It's among some of the best I've seen. Coming up on Friday, February 9th, the 3 films that will be shown all have sort of a similar aquatic sort of maritime theme. The main film that will be shown that night is a documentary called Bluefin. And joining me now on the Jersey Central Newsmaker Hotline is the director of the film Bluefin. We have John Hopkins, who was with us here on WCTC. Hey, John, good morning. It's Burt Barron. How are you?
Oh, just great. How's everybody down in New Jersey?
We're good. We're good. And thanks for some time this morning. A very serious topic that you cover in your documentary here. And I'm guessing just the cinematography and the just to watch this film and the beautiful footage that you have of these magnificent fish underwater has got to be incredible. Talk about Bluefin, and what do you want people to know about that?
Yeah, I mean, most times, when someone kills, like a dentist kills a lion or something like that, there's worldwide moral outrage. How could he possibly do that? But when you catch a large tuna, we go like, well, how big was it? And we look at tuna differently. We look at them as food rather than wildlife. Epic wildlife. In the same way we do lions and tigers and things like that. So my cinematography was shot in a way to give you a different sense of these fish, really show them in their true magnificence, so that you can appreciate them in a whole different light.
So simply, Bluefin, their main target, their main challenge, unfortunately, is there's a tremendous human appetite for bluefin around the world, and that's what they're facing, right?
Yeah, sure. You're indoctrinated at an early age. You go to the grocery store with your mom, you see a can of tuna. The word tuna indoctrinates you with the idea that it's food. So, then we have stuffed toys. They protect us when we're young, and those animals like whales and orcas and teddy bears and stuff, we want to protect those when we get old. And then we go and see the Lion King. So no one ever had a stuffed tuna. So this is an opportunity to appreciate something that we've never appreciated before. And we've had films like Blackfish, Sharkwater, The Cove, and I guess my film is sort of falling into line, but tuna have been off the radar.
Yeah, I'm glad you're covering such a serious and important topic. Did the bluefin face extinction at some point, John? Was that on the table at some point, to borrow a phrase, unfortunately, for bluefin?
Oh, yeah. I mean, all the scientists are saying the stocks are down 90%, but my film's kind of like a mystery story because where I'm from in Canada, in the Gulf of St. Lawrence, no one's ever seen so many tuna, so everyone's convinced that the stocks are rebuilt. When in fact we just got recent information that 59% of the tuna that are showing up in our waters, I mean there's tuna everywhere, are actually of European origin and are mixed with the Western bluefin. So they actually have absolutely no idea how many Western bluefin are left. Yet this year we got 28% more quota from ICAT to kill more. So and also the fish are really easy to catch. They've lost all their fear of human beings. They're very, very hungry, and the reason I sort of deducted that happened was that we've taken all their food away. We've taken all their herring, and the fish are starving. So the catch-effort model they use to assess stocks is also fouled. They've never seen the numbers are completely off the charts. And these are the same fish that swim by New Jersey and swim in the Gulf of Mexico. So what happens up where we are is really important to what's going on off your shores.
Yeah, it impacts the rest of the world. You're right. Is there the excuse of, the economy? These fish mean a lot to the economy. People who are fishing, they feed their families, and it means a lot to the economy in Canada. Is that something that you kind of have to always work against, that just because of the amount of money that's in it?
Well, when you look at the money, I mean, that's it's even more stark how crazy things are. Where I'm from, 99% of the income is actually from lobster fishing. Less than 1% is from tuna fishing. So this year we had like about $160 million worth of $150 million worth of lobster in terms of those revenues, and tuna came to about $3 million. And we don't need to fish them at all. Fishing these fish, it's more like a trophy hunt. I don't know if you saw CNN Trophy, which is on not long ago, but it's similar to that, but it's happening out in the ocean. And then we got shows like Wicked Tuna. You look at that, it's all about the money. There's never any discussion about what's going on with the fish. I mean, it's just that they're like sort of commodity, and the fish are stupid. So why not kill them? And when you get in the water with them, you realize they're not stupid. These things hunt like wolves. They communicate with each other. They're kind of playful like dogs when you're swimming with them, and that's why when you see the shots in my film, people are just amazed.
And thanks to your documentary, John, that you put together. Our guest is director John Hopkins. Bluefin, his documentary will be shown next Friday, February 9th at the New Jersey Film Festival. Maybe this is a step towards, the change that is long coming. I mean, this seems to me like something, John, generations from now will look back and say, how did we allow this to happen? What were we thinking where we did this? Why weren't we doing it right all along? And you look at just things societally that change. This is something that we're going to look back and say, why did we even allow this to happen in the first place? And I think your film is going to open up a lot of eyes to a lot of people who are going to bring about some common sense.
Well, I've always felt that the film was more of a documentary about where we are and the state of the human condition in terms of how we view the world, as much as it is about tuna. Like, my film actually is a way of looking at ourselves through the fate of the tuna and what's happening to them. It's like the last buffalo hunt out there. We have no idea how many fish are left. The science is broken. Yet, we're going to ICAT, which is where they divvy up the tuna in Europe and to all different countries, and we're demanding more. And, we're just losing like the buffalo. And you look at the Gulf of Mexico, when the BP Horizon blew up, that blew up where these fish spawn.
Yeah.
Right where they were spawning and exact time they were spawning. I mean, I just hope anyone that's listening that, that cares about ocean wildlife and the oceans, starts asking their governors, their people that look after NOAA to investigate what's going on, because it's not just your fish, it's our fish. They don't know borders. These things swim across oceans in 2 weeks.
Of course.
It's up to all of us to take care of them.
Yeah, you're right. And I can tell you with great certainty, John, in New Jersey, the shore and the wildlife and the water and the ocean is of critical importance to us. So I think we share a common bond there. Yeah, I think we share some commonality there.
You can't see it under the ocean waves, but we can only see what's on land. So now it's time to take a closer look at what we really have. The oceans are amazing.
And try to get the message across to people that, there's more to life than just consumption, John. There's preservation and there's conservation. Why don't you try...
What are you talking about? The boutique thing in Japan, and now it's sort of like there's 256 sushi restaurants in Austin, Texas alone. The pressure is enormous. It's just sort of it's and considering where the stock is, it's just absolutely insane.
Yeah, people need to realize not everything in life is limitless and boundless, John. You're absolutely right.
They're full of mercury. These are large animals, and they're not even healthy to eat that way. It's incredible people even put that in their mouth.
Yeah. Well, I hope people see your documentary next Friday and they get a better feel for what this beautiful animal is facing here, unfortunately.
Well, the film's not didactic, It comes at it from all different sides. And there's no narration, so it doesn't tell you what to think. It just shows you what's happening.
Gotcha. I appreciate that. John Hopkins, director of Bluefin, thank you for the time this morning, and thank you for really putting together this film of real critical importance, John. I really appreciate it.
Come to see this because it's all new. Like, people haven't seen fish like this, and the film is all new information, and it's a different. No one's ever seen the fish film like this, so you're going to be pretty excited when you see it.
Yep, get there and see it next Friday. Thanks for the time this morning, John. I appreciated our conversation.
Yeah, great talking with you guys. Bye, New Jersey.
All right. Thanks a lot. We'll see you soon. All right. And that concludes our interview series for